Have you ever wondered what lies beyond this life? What happens to our souls after we take our last breath? For centuries, humanity has grappled with these questions, seeking answers in religion, philosophy, and art. One enduring image that haunts our collective imagination is that of hell, a terrifying realm of eternal punishment for the wicked. But what is it truly like in this abyss of suffering? Who are the unfortunate souls condemned to its depths? Let's journey together into the heart of darkness and explore the chilling question, who ends up in hell? Our exploration begins with Dante Alighieri's epic poem, The Divine Comedy. This literary masterpiece, written in the early 14th century, is a profound journey through the realms of the afterlife. It is divided into three parts: Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso, each representing a different stage of the soul's journey towards God. Today we delve into the first part, the Inferno, where Dante vividly describes his descent into hell. Dante's vivid depiction of hell, known as the Inferno, presents a meticulously structured underworld. This is not a chaotic abyss, but a well-organized realm where every sin has its place, and every sinner receives a punishment that mirrors their earthly transgressions. The structure of hell is a reflection of Dante's belief in a moral universe governed by divine justice. Imagine 9 concentric circles, each reserved for a specific category of sin. These circles are not just arbitrary divisions, but are carefully arranged to reflect the severity of the sins they contain. The outer circles house those who committed lesser sins, while the inner circles are reserved for the most egregious offenders. This hierarchical structure underscores the idea that not all sins are equal, and that the gravity of one's actions determines their place in the afterlife. The deeper you descend, the more heinous the transgression, the more agonizing the torment. Each circle is a world unto itself, with its own unique landscape and forms of punishment. The journey through these circles is a descent into increasing levels of suffering and despair, reflecting the escalating severity of the sins being punished. Lust, gluttony, greed, these sins find their place in the upper circles. Here the punishments are severe, but not as extreme as those in the lower circles. For instance, the lustful are blown about by violent winds, symbolizing the way they were swept away by their passions in life. The gluttonous are forced to lie in a vile slush produced by ceaseless foul rain, a reflection of their overindulgence. But venture further, and you'll encounter the truly wicked. These are the souls who committed the most grievous sins, such as violence, fraud, and treachery. Their punishments are correspondingly severe, designed to reflect the nature of their crimes and to serve as a stark warning to the living. Here, murderers, traitors, and the like endure unimaginable suffering. The murderers are submerged in a river of boiling blood, forever tormented by the violence they inflicted on others. The traitors are encased in ice, their bodies twisted in agony, a fitting punishment for those who betrayed the trust of others. Dante's hell is a place of divine justice, where punishment perfectly fits the crime. This concept of contrapasso, the idea that the punishment reflects the sin, is central to Dante's vision of the afterlife. It serves to reinforce the moral order of the universe and to remind us that our actions have consequences.
Dante's vision is not merely one of physical pain. The torments of hell are as much psychological as they are physical. The damned are not only punished by external forces, but are also tormented by their own guilt and remorse. He delves into the psychological torment of the damned. These souls are haunted by the memories of their sins and the knowledge that they are beyond redemption. Their suffering is compounded by the realization that they are responsible for their own fate. They are consumed by the very sins that led them there, forever reliving their transgressions. This eternal repetition of their sins serves as a constant reminder of their moral failings and ensures that their torment is unending. The Inferno is a stark reminder of the consequences of our actions and a testament to the enduring power of conscience. It challenges us to reflect on our own lives and to consider the moral implications of our actions. Through Dante's vivid imagery and profound insights, we are reminded that the choices we make in life have far-reaching consequences, both in this world and the next.
From Dante's fiery depths, we turn to John Milton's Paradise Lost. In Dante's Inferno, we are introduced to a meticulously structured vision of hell, with its 9 concentric circles, each representing a different sin and its corresponding punishment. The vivid imagery of Dante's work has left an indelible mark on our collective imagination, painting hell as a place of unending torment and suffering. But Milton's vision of hell, while equally harrowing, offers a different perspective. Here, hell is depicted as a chaotic wasteland, a fiery abyss ruled by Satan himself. Unlike Dante's orderly inferno, Milton's hell is a realm of chaos and disorder, reflecting the inner turmoil of its inhabitants. The landscape is a nightmarish expanse of fire and brimstone, where the very ground seems to writhe in agony. This hell is not just a place of physical torment, but also a reflection of the spiritual and emotional anguish of its denizens. Cast out of heaven for his rebellion against God, Satan finds himself in this desolate realm, along with his legions of fallen angels. These once glorious beings, now twisted and tormented, are a testament to the devastating consequences of pride and hubris. Their fall from grace is not just a physical descent, but a profound spiritual and moral decline. In this hellish landscape, they are condemned to an eternity of suffering, their once radiant forms now grotesque and deformed. Milton's hell is a place of both fire and ice, a stark contrast that reflects the torment within. The juxtaposition of these two extremes serves to heighten the sense of suffering and despair. The flames of hell burn with an unquenchable fury, consuming everything in their path, while the icy winds chill the soul to its very core. This duality of torment underscores the multifaceted nature of sin and its consequences, illustrating that hell is not a one-dimensional place of punishment, but a complex and multifaceted realm of suffering. It is a place of eternal conflict, where the damned are locked in a perpetual struggle against their fate. The souls here are not merely passive victims of their punishment, but active participants in their own torment. They fight against their fate with a desperate fervor, their struggles only serving to deepen their suffering. This eternal conflict is a reflection of the inner turmoil and anguish that defines their existence, a never-ending cycle of pain and despair.
Milton's Satan is a complex and tragic figure. He is not merely a one-dimensional villain, but a character of depth and nuance. His rebellion against God is driven by a profound sense of pride and a desire for autonomy, making him a relatable and even sympathetic figure. His fall from grace is a tragic tale of ambition and hubris, a cautionary story about the dangers of overreaching and the consequences of defying divine authority. Once a glorious angel, he is now consumed by pride and a thirst for revenge. His transformation from a radiant being of light to a dark and malevolent force is a powerful symbol of the corrupting influence of pride. His desire for revenge against God and the heavenly host drives him to commit acts of unspeakable evil, yet his motivations are rooted in a deeply human desire for recognition and respect. This duality makes him a compelling and multifaceted character, one who embodies both the best and worst of human nature. His defiance in the face of eternal damnation makes him a compelling and even sympathetic character. Despite his fall, he retains a sense of dignity and determination, refusing to submit to his fate. His famous declaration, "Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven," encapsulates his indomitable spirit and his refusal to be subjugated. This defiance, while ultimately tragic, also makes him a figure of admiration and respect, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit even in the face of insurmountable odds. Milton's hell is not just a physical place, but a state of mind, a prison of one's own making. The true torment of hell lies not in its physical punishments, but in the psychological and emotional anguish that it inflicts. The damned are trapped in a cycle of guilt, regret, and despair, their minds tormented by the memories of their sins and the knowledge of their eternal damnation. This psychological aspect of hell adds a layer of depth and complexity to Milton's vision, making it a powerful exploration of the human condition and the consequences of moral and spiritual failings.
Fast forward to the 20th century, and we encounter Clive Barker's chilling novella, The Hellbound Heart, which introduces us to the Cenobites. This novella, first published in 1986, has since become a cornerstone of modern horror literature. Barker's work is renowned for its ability to delve into the darkest corners of human desire and fear, and The Hellbound Heart is no exception. The story revolves around a mystical puzzle box, known as the Lamarchan's box, which serves as a gateway to another dimension. This dimension is inhabited by the Cenobites, beings who are neither angels nor demons in the traditional sense. These are not fallen angels or demons in the traditional sense, but beings who exist on a plane beyond human comprehension. The The Cenobites are described as explorers in the further regions of experience, experts in the art of pleasure and pain. They are summoned by those who solve the puzzle box, seeking to transcend the ordinary limits of human sensation. However, what awaits them is far from the ecstasy they might have imagined. They are drawn to those who seek forbidden pleasures, who dabble in the darkest desires of the heart. The Cenobites offer a twisted form of salvation, promising experiences beyond the mundane, but at a terrible cost. Those who summon them are often driven by an insatiable hunger for new sensations, a desire to push the boundaries of what is humanly possible. Yet, in their quest for ultimate pleasure, they find themselves ensnared in a nightmare of their own making. Barker's Hell is a labyrinthine realm of flesh and sensation, where pain and pleasure become indistinguishable. This hell is not a place of fire and brimstone, but a complex, ever-shifting maze where the boundaries between agony and ecstasy blur. The Cenobites, with their grotesque appearances and sadomasochistic tendencies, embody this fusion of pleasure and pain. They are both torturers and liberators, offering a perverse form of enlightenment to those who dare to seek them out.
Barker's vision is particularly unsettling because it blurs the lines between desire and damnation. In his world, the pursuit of pleasure can lead to the ultimate form of suffering. The Cenobites are not malevolent in the traditional sense. They are indifferent to human suffering. To them, pain and pleasure are merely two sides of the same coin, and they offer their services without judgment. This moral ambiguity makes Barker's Hell all the more terrifying, as it forces us to confront the darker aspects of our own desires. The Cenobites are not punishers in the traditional sense. They are explorers of experience, beckoned by those who seek to push the boundaries of pleasure and pain. They are drawn to individuals who are willing to sacrifice everything for the sake of sensation. These beings are not interested in moral judgments or ethical considerations. They are solely focused on the pursuit of experience. This makes them both fascinating and horrifying, as they represent the ultimate consequence of unchecked desire. Barker's Hell is a chilling reminder that our own desires can be our undoing. It serves as a stark warning about the dangers of seeking fulfillment at any cost. The Cenobites, with their grotesque forms and insatiable appetites, are a manifestation of the darkest parts of the human psyche. They remind us that the pursuit of pleasure, when taken to its extreme, can lead to unimaginable suffering. In the end, Barker's vision of hell is not just a place of torment, but a reflection of our own inner demons.